So today is the start of surviving for 3 days only on an emergency ration pack. I'm going out on a camp now, but I will take you back to my house so earlier on to tell you about what I'm doing and what I'm going to be eating. So this is day one of trying to survive for 3 days only eating emergency food ration bars. Now I'm not into prepping for the apocalypse and storing high energy ration bars just in case the world comes to an end and I've got something to eat for a few days. But this company have contacted me and they do these high energy bars. BDH is what they're called, and I thought this could be quite an interesting video just to do something where maybe this could cover cooking and eating whilst you're out on the trail. Now, I'm not too sure whether or not there'll be a weight saving, but certainly you haven't got to bring water for it, you haven't got to bring a stove, you don't need to cook. Apart from making drinks, maybe if you want to have a cup of coffee, other than that, just bringing water along. And I'm thinking, looking at these bars, that water's probably a good idea because I think they're going to be pretty dry. So this is what they sent me. It's like a little army ammunition tin. You can't see it on there, I don't think, but it has an out of date of 2044. So this has got a 20-year shelf life. And inside here, you get 6 packs, like so, foil wrapped, high energy bars. Now, they do different flavors, and I haven't got a clue what flavor this is. So I'll try it and I'll see if I can guess. As you can probably see on there, it says 1 bar every 6 hours per person. So in a pack, you get 2 bars. So in theory, these 2 packs should last me 24 hours, but I'm going to try and do 3 full days solid using these in here to see if I can survive. I'll also weigh myself before and after, and I will only be eating these, nothing else, drinking water, coffee. Other than that, nothing, just these. So these are incredibly tight, foil packaged. And obviously that's what gives them the shelf life. So in here, oh, there's actually 4 bars. Okay, that seems very small. So in theory then 1 pack is 24 hours worth of food. 6 in the morning, lunchtime, 6 in the evening, midnight. So yeah, I suppose, yeah, 2 packs for 2 full days, 1 pack for 24 hours. So, right, now survival is fine, which means generally you've got nothing with you. So how do you open them? In the event of apocalypse, hopefully, there's knives around. So each of these packs weighs 200 grams, which in theory is enough food for 24 hours. So it's 50 grams per bar, and it is a total of, haven't got my glasses on, 920 calories per bar. And that, allegedly, is enough to keep you going for 6 hours. It looks like a firelighter. Smells like an oatmeal biscuit. It's fairly hard work because it's so thick, but it just tastes like a sort of a shortbread, like a finger shortbread biscuit. Oh, nice. Now obviously calories and serving size is going to be relevant to every individual, and I always query the recommendations because my next door neighbour, he is about 5'3", I am 6'4". So if I need medication, I'll always get the same size dose medication as he'll get. But surely I should need more because I'm considerably taller and therefore more bulk. And that in theory works the same with these things. So it'd be interesting to see if I can survive and how much weight I lose or gain eating just these things for 3 days solid. So I'm going to go weigh myself now. I've eaten nothing today. This is the morning, and I will see how much I weigh and then do it again in 3 days' time. 15 stone 7. That is my weight on the morning of day 1 of eating only high energy bars for 3 days. Right, so that first bar was around 8 o'clock this morning. It's now 12. I'm having my second one, and then I'm heading off to the camp. So, back to the video. So it's just gone 4 o'clock, and I am already feeling pangs of hunger. Now, it's not to say that these things are going to fill you up, but they should be in theory enough for you to survive on. So it's going to be an evening of being hungry and maybe drinking loads of water to try and make up for it. So my next bar isn't going to be until 6 o'clock, so I've got 2 hours to kill before that. And in theory, midnight after that, but it'll probably be 10 o'clock, I should think, by the time I have the last one of the day. I tend not to eat anything for breakfast. Rarely. I know I go camping, I know shame me cooking food, but at home I normally don't bother. So it may be that I have 2 tonight, just so that I'm not going to bed on an empty stomach, or not feeling hungry when I go to bed, and then maybe not have one in the morning and have one later on in the morning, sort of lunchtime. We'll see how it goes. Right, it is 10 to 6, time for my next massive meal. I'm actually going to eat this outside the tent, because the mess that I made at home on the table, they crumble like mad no matter how much you try and get it all in your mouth. It leaves crumbs everywhere, so I'm not going to open that inside here. I'll eat it outside and enjoy it as much as I can. I'm struggling with the hunger. It's 9:15. In theory, I'm not supposed to eat this till midnight. I think, as I said before, I'll probably have one. I'll string it out till 10 o'clock. And then I'll eat this and maybe another one before I go to bed. It's not easy. It's like living on dog treats. It's 10 o'clock. Time for, in theory, my last special dog biscuit. I must admit, I'm not as hungry as I thought I would be. This has actually kept me feeling relatively full, and I think I can do with just this last one to keep me through the night, and then I'll crack on again in the morning with the others. So yeah, it's not been as bad as I thought, bearing in mind I'm bigger than most and I eat quite a lot. Yeah, it's not been too bad, so it obviously works. Quite impressed. So I'm going to eat this and I'll go to bed because I'm really tired. Good morning. Didn't sleep too bad last night, and funny enough, I didn't have an extra one of these, so I literally only had 4 yesterday, and I feel absolutely fine this morning. I don't feel hungry at all, which is a bit weird. Well, it's normal for me because I tend not to eat much in the morning. I tend not to have breakfast, but it's not normal for me to have so little inside me and not be hungry. So I'm just getting a coffee on and have some breakfast. Dog biscuit for breakfast. It's nice to have an espresso to warm you up. And wake you up. Morning biscuit breakfast. These are actually pretty tasty. I'd happily buy these to eat just for nice little snack. So I've had biscuit number one of the day. That, in theory, my next one should be at 12 o'clock, but I didn't have this till about 7 o'clock. So I went from 10 last night when I had the last one through to 7 o'clock this morning. They're absolutely fine. And as I say, they are quite tasty. They're the sort of thing that I would happily eat just as a little snack. And obviously it gives you enough energy to see you through. So it's pretty impressive. Whether or not you buy them for doomsday, or just as spare biscuits that you can chuck in a cupboard and leave there for years and years and years and forget about them. To have the odd snack every now and then, up to you. But I'll continue this story and I'll bring you back later on when I have my next one. So day 2, hiking across Dartmoor. It's now nearly 12 o'clock. So I'm going to have my next biscuit, second one of the day. Next one is going to be this evening at 6 o'clock. I'm surviving okay, doing well. I must admit, it really isn't as bad as what I thought it was going to be. And I'm really interested to see what my weight is going to be like at the end of this. So after that last clip, I walked back to the car and dropped my gear off. Now, the route that I did was only 1.5 miles there and back, so sort of 3 miles, not really a long hike. I decided I wanted to see what these were like for energy and see how far it could keep me going. So I continued down the road after dropping my gear off, didn't bring my camera with me, and I went up to Little Staple Tour, Great Staple Tour, Rouge Tour, and then I cut across tracks around the back of Cox Tour and back down to the car. So in all, that was about 10 miles, roughly, as a total. So that was my way of testing out to see what it was like as an energy bar, because it's got the calories within it. So hopefully it would work and see me through. Now, I've been fine. It is 6:15. I am absolutely starving. So next bar is now. Luckily I'm at home, so I've got a knife because I think it's made me so weak I can't actually open the pack to get to the bottom 2 bars. There you go, easy way, push it out. So 6:15, gonna have my next one, and then the next one before I go to bed, which will probably be about 10:30, 11 o'clock tonight. Wish me luck. Okay, so quick update. I did not record last night's biscuit, simply because my son stayed over with me last night, and this morning I've had new windows fitted in my house, so I'm elsewhere currently working. So I didn't have a biscuit until about 10 o'clock this morning. I had one about 10:30 last night before I went to bed. Then I had one at 10 o'clock this morning, because I tend not to get hungry in the mornings, as I said before. It is now 1:30, actually. I'm late on this one. So this is my lunch for the 3rd day. Okay, so this is day 3 of just eating these emergency survival biscuits. So this is my lunch, and then I've got 2 more to go, and I will come back with a final weigh-in in the morning of day 4. So that'll be 3 complete days of just eating dog biscuits. Right, it's 7:10. So I've gone past my 6 o'clock time frame. I wanted to drag it out a bit as long as I possibly could, because I found the evening last night was a real struggle to get to the last one. So nearly 7 o'clock, my penultimate dog biscuit. So I'm going to have this now, and then I'll bring you back later on. I'll tell you when I have my last one. So it is 11:15, my last night of having these biscuits. Now I must admit, it hasn't been as bad as I thought it was going to be, just surviving on one of these every 6 hours. But I wanted to try and test it out. I don't know why I chose 3 days. I suppose it's to do with the packs that you get. But it really hasn't been that bad. There's been 1 or 2 times where I've felt really, really hungry, but I've just pushed through, drank some water, and it's been fine. It's going to be interesting to see what I weigh. I'm going to weigh myself in the morning, because I weighed myself in the morning 3 days ago. So I'll do that the same way. So this is nearly 11 o'clock. I'm going to eat this, get off to bed, and then I will weigh myself in the morning and tell you what, if any, there's any difference between what I weighed before and what I weigh now, and I'm pretty sure that there will be a difference. Now, I'm not suggesting that you go and buy these things and try and survive on them for several days, but it might be an option for when you're out hiking as a high-powered energy bar, something to keep you going throughout the day. Or if you were doing an overnighter, maybe you couldn't be bothered to cook. You weren't going to bring out a stove, the fuel, the additional water that you need for rehydrating or for heating up wet food. Then this could be a massive weight saver, because you could just take 2 of these and that's it. You're covered. Maybe you'll take some other snacks, who knows. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the morning for an update on the scales. Jesus. Okay, so this is the morning, day 4. So finished last night. 14 stone 10. So that is a loss of 11 pounds in 3 days. Now, a lot of people are going to go, that's extreme, not healthy, not good for you. But if this is providing everything that you need, and I will put all of the information linked below to be able to survive and get the nutrients that you need. 15 stone 7 for me is a bit heavy. On a good day, I'm 14 and a half. But I tend to find that when I'm at the higher weight end of my scale, I've only got to stop eating rubbish to drop half a stone in a very short period of time. So for me, that isn't a major issue. But what it did do is it meant that I actually kept, not full, but it kept me sustained. It gave me sustenance for those 3 days. So, it is one of those things where I think as an option for carrying on the trail and having as an additional snack to give you a boost of energy or to replace a meal, maybe not constantly, but there's something you could do. And I think they taste really, really nice. But as always, what I will do is I'll put a link in the description below. So if you do want to buy any of these, have a look on that. If you've got any questions around it, just stick in the comment section below. I'll try and answer for you. Yeah, they're pretty good. I'm quite impressed and lost some weight. Could do with it. It's the summer. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it informative and useful. And if you did, please, as always, hit the thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button and I'll see you on the next one.